Hey everyone. One thing that we commonly see when people start strength training is that they can have a hard time differentiating between what is soreness from a workout that's maybe an okay or positive adaptation versus what is pain or an injury. And sometimes after people hit their first strength training workout, we get some emails or texts worrying that they have some big injury, and then after a couple of days it subsides and they're just fine. And so I want to just break down today what the difference between muscle soreness is and what pain or an injury might look like, so you can better differentiate as you go through your training program. So muscle soreness, so it often comes on 12 or up to 3 days after a workout. It's called delayed onset muscle soreness. So it's often surprising to people who've never felt it before, but for me it's worst 2 days after my workout, okay? And so it's not just limited to that day, but it can take a long time for this soreness to come on. But then it usually peaks and resolves after 3 to 4 days, okay? But it can, depending on the intensity of your workout, if that was a new movement, something you haven't done before, it can be pretty intense and last for a couple of days, okay? However, it's often symmetrical, okay? If you're doing an exercise that works both sides of your body, both sides will be sore. So it's symmetrical. And it can feel tight, like it's just tight to move your muscles, or for me, it's really sensitive to pressure. So if I've done a lot of squats, my quads are sore, any type of pressure on the muscle itself is going to be really sensitive. Okay, light movement, so doing some easy jogging, easy cycling, some yoga, light stretching tends to improve it. You feel better afterwards, at least temporarily. And then you're going to be sore in what I say is most movements. So for example, if my quads are sore, doing a squat, doing a lunge, even bending my knee, hiking uphill, hiking downhill, those are all I'm going to feel the soreness in all of those movements. Okay, so that's some indicators of muscle soreness after a workout. Pain and injury. So, in our gym, even with the best program, some things can pop up and we can get pain or injuries, and we don't want to ignore those. That's part of the reason why we have open clinic time and a strength coach. That way we can manage those right when they come up. But they do present differently usually than pain or soreness, okay? So oftentimes, but not always, but oftentimes there's swelling or redness or warmth, particularly if a joint is irritated, like the knee joint will get really swollen. You don't really see that with just your baseline soreness, okay? They're often asymmetrical, so if you have any injury risk factors, you'll often tweak one side as opposed to the other, and that's different again than soreness. Again, not always the case, but oftentimes injuries present for one reason or another on just one side. Okay, and then some motions might hurt worse than others. So if you've tweaked your, let's say your patella tendon around the knee, hiking downhill is probably going to hurt worse than hiking uphill. Whereas if you were just sore, you'd feel it in both motions, okay? And then the key indicator, because sometimes in the first day or two after workout, it can be hard to tell, is that after 3 or 4 days, the pain is not getting better or maybe getting worse, okay? That would be a sign that you want to check it out, okay? So some things to do in the days after your workout, if you're feeling sore, some light activity, some light jogging, some light cycling, yoga, some stretching or light massage even. So a lot of times those will really help clear up some muscle soreness, getting some good night's rest, some great nutrition. And then if after a couple days it doesn't subside, ask your coach about it, let us know, pop by to an open clinic appointment on Saturdays, so that way we can dig into it a little bit more. Okay? Good luck with your training programs, and let us know if you need anything.